Hello guys, in this video I would like to finish all fittings installation for all blocks we put together so far. If you remember, we installed heat killer block on 680 together. Also we had the RAM blocks in place, motherboard, 2 blocks on motherboard and CPU block. So this creates a substantial amount of connections going in and out and make this kind of build quite challenging. I was playing in my head for a couple 2 weeks how to do it. I thought to make it deliberately messy, or maybe try to make it neat, and still don't have a exactly clear picture in my head what to do, but we'll try to figure it out together, because you have to start and it will come on the way. But before I will start actually showing you what we're trying to do here, I would like to thank you Bitspower and Vincent personally for providing substantial set of fittings for this build. There is a very challenging situation. I was asked Bitspower to give me quite a substantial list of fittings, including adapters, angled adapters, spacers, compression fitting itself, and so we can figure out what we do. And it was honored, and that will allow us probably to finish this build more or less easily, because we have a big variety of the fittings available right away. And it's very hard to guess the right list, but we have so many that I'm pretty sure that eventually we'll make it work. So let me show you what I have as an overall layout that I'm trying to achieve, and we'll try to make it happen. If it wouldn't work, we will start reworking layout and try different ways of connection. Okay, this is the reason why I put a graphical card here temporarily, because I will remove it when I start working on actual fittings. It's just to show you how I plan to make loop work for this particular build. So you're looking from the top of the case, basically, this top of the case here. And so radiator will be on the top of the case, and connection will coming from top to down. And what I would like to try to do as a first attempt, and if it will not work, then we'll look something else. But what I like to do is that from radiator we'll go straight to the first RAM block, and after that I'll try to make like complete loop around all blocks. And this goes as following. So connection from rad to first block, I'm going through the block itself, then I go through the motherboard block, coming back to the second RAM block through the MOSFET. So that will make complete circle, and after that we'll go to inlet for GPU block, for CPU block, and from CPU block I'll have a long connection to the graphical card. So as I said, I'll try to make a loop. I think it will be look least evil, so to speak, because if I'll try to make connection cross, this will be definitely total mess. So the challenge is that connections on this route is quite short, and it's always a problem to make those connections. But I have a pile of fittings here, so we'll just try to play different variations, combinations. If it works, that will be the plan. If not, then I will start looking how I make distances longer and have to cross my lines of tube more than I describe you right now. So let me remove GPU block out, so it's out of the way, and we'll start working on our connections going through. Okay, let's put it aside, it's pretty heavy. All right, the most challenging part, let me try to find the best angle for you. The most difficult part for me would be probably between this connection and this connection, because the distance is quite short, and angles that I need to do almost 180-degree turn with the compression fittings heads, this will be quite challenging. And I'm not sure what kind of angled adapters combination will work, so the two lines coming from this part and from this part will align, so I have a short piece of tube between them. You know what, let's make a little pause and explain you what kind of fittings I'm going to use. For this build I decided to go 3/8, 5/8 type of compression fittings, and the colors will be Black Sparkle. The whole board, entire board is kind of black and gray, so I think black will be too much and silver probably too shiny, so this is between. And also I really like 3/8, 5/8 tube because I still didn't decide on the color, but because the wall thickness probably is the biggest for this kind of, or thickest for this kind of tube, if you choose color tubing, it will be most intense color, just because of there's a lot of plastic in the wall, so the color is always very, very strong with this kind of tube. And if you go 3/8 half inch, the wall is barely like less than 1 millimeter, so you can see well through it. So if you want something like see liquid inside, that probably will be better choice. But actually, if you want intensity of the tube itself, 3/8, 5/8 is the best bet. What worked really well for me in the past, and if you remember my Silent Sniper build, I have a kind of similar situation when I needed to connect RAM block and CPU block in that build, and the combination of 90-degree angled adapter and 45-degree compression fitting worked pretty well in that situation. So what I would like to do to give it a shot, I already connected two fittings here, and I just would like to put them together and see if I can connection from other side meet the direction I'm looking for. So obviously it's looking not where we need to, so that wouldn't work. And let's try something else. The other idea I have would be 90-degree compression with the angled adapter. I put 60 right now, so you see this kind of sharp turn type of connection. I don't know if 60 is the right choice, or maybe 45 or 30 would be better, but let's see where we're going. One of the dangers of if you're working with heavy fittings on motherboard, try not to drop fittings on a motherboard, because you can easily damage your electronics. Okay, well, that's a little bit better. Yeah, almost. I'm looking basically towards the hole I need to. Close enough. So what we need on the other side is, we can try maybe 45-degree. No, obviously not. Okay, I think I need something like 30. Let's see. 30, and let's connect straight fitting on top of that. Okay, like to show you. I'm not sure what is a good angle to go through, but you can see that they align almost perfectly. So this will, I guess, will work. The only challenge is the distance is very short, and putting piece of tube here would be a challenge, because I don't think I even can take the cap off. Yeah. So basically, when I will start putting actual tube together, I need to put tube first and make this connection, and after that I need to screw it to the RAM block afterwards. Otherwise there's no other way to make it work. So ideally I would love to see longer connections, but we leave it now as it is, because from my perspective it looks not bad. And let's move. Oh, let's try this one. Okay, so my bet would be something like 45 degrees here. I can't even put it in place. Okay. Okay, and what we need to do, let's try the fitting that didn't work for us. So 90 degree and 45 in pair. I see maybe in this type of connection we'll get the right angle. Okay, so we have pretty much the same situation, very short connection, which potentially will be challenging to connect. Worst case scenario, to give up on compression fittings, put two barbs, and then you easily can put piece of tube between. But this one actually aligned almost perfectly. I'll try to show you on the different cam how it works. So this is pretty good. And yeah, I think it will work. Okay, and now we're going to, let's move it further, and I'm going to connect MOSFET with the RAM block. And just bear with me for a second. Probably straight fitting on MOSFET will be the best bet here. And I try to make some sort of 180 degree turn from the RAM block. This assembly I trying, double rotary, 90 degree and another 45. It's not enough because I need to face down, so I need another 45, something like this. Okay, let me put two 45s together. Yeah, now it's cool, but the problem, they do not align. You can see on that cam. It's too short, so I need to move it further this direction. Okay, come back to R3 and 245s. Actually, it seems that's the right way to do it. A bit challenging to put together such a big construction. Some people are asking that why are you using so many fittings. I just like how it looks. Not necessary that you copy me or anything like this. If you like, you can make all loops made out of tube. It's not a problem. Yeah, actually, the reason why it didn't align properly last time, because it was all twisted, so the angles wasn't right. But now, when I make the whole assembly straight, actually you can see it's perfectly looking towards one each other, so it's on a line. Okay, so far so good. And so what I need now is inlet outlet, so we're going from here to there. The question is what to do. Probably turn 90. Let's say 90, and because MOSFET is lower, I need something that goes a little bit higher. And let's see if R3 will work. Actually, it might be just all we need. This 90-degree Bitspower R3 rotary, and it can be like turned like snake, and you can make 90-degree, so it's like two 45s together. Okay, I don't know if you can see it, but connection goes pretty much in line. Yeah, I get lucky. Just with two standard fittings, the line is perfect and distance is perfect. This kind of connection with about inch between, it's very easy to make. Those two will be problematic, so to speak, because this distance is challenging to connect. Okay, so we're good. So from here we just go to graphical card, and that's something we will look later, but most likely something the same like R3 connector probably will be sufficient to make a angle that we need to, but we can't tell for sure which angle we're using, because I have two cards and I'm going to use heat killer SLI connector between them, so I'm not actually going to this connector on the card. I will be removing it and putting bridge part on it, and that might have a slightly different distances, so I don't want to make connection now, which will be changed later anyways. So pretty much done. Wasn't that bad after all. I think I definitely will put some sort of a spacer here, so because with card installed, I might hit those connectors on the way. So my bet or temporary solution would be another R3 90 on an extension. So that will allow me to make a general direction toward my graphical card, and the exact angle we can figure out later. But so far we ended up with quite a variety of fittings. We have a 90-degree, 45 degrees compression, R3 90-degree compression, R2 90-degree compression, couple 45s. I don't know if I said it already. It looks like 60 here and 30 there. So quite a few variations, and we're still not done yet. I have more fittings left, but we have to put cards and a reservoir and other parts, so this will be definitely used later. So far that's what we get. I'd like to give you another look. on this. Oh, my card is on the way, so I can turn for you perfectly. But that's what we have. And let me think a little bit about color of my tube, and after that we can continue and go right into the case. I can tell you that I will make another major change in this build. I already changed motherboard, and I had LD case specifically ordered or sponsorship to me because of the green color scheme, which is already gone. So I made the decision to change the case, and I will be getting Case Labs case, which already shipped to me on Friday. So hopefully it will be arriving very shortly, and the motherboard will go into Case Lab case, and Little Devil build will be something else. I probably will be come back to my original plan and use Gigabyte board with it, which is green too, so it can be more or less go well together. Alright, that's all I can show you in this video. Thank you very much for following me. I appreciate everybody who supports DazMode store, and again, thank you Bitspower for providing all those wonderful fittings. See you soon, guys.